Happy Valentine's Day, booktubers. Today I'm bringing you Bellamy the Brute by Alicia Michaels, published by Clean Team Publishing. Now, this is not your mama's fairy tale retelling. This is a ghost story retelling of Beauty and the Beast. And we begin with Bellamy McGuire, who is the daughter of the town nutjob. Her father sees ghosts and it kind of ostracizes her from the community. She lost her mother a few years back, and it's really just them, and they're in need of more money. So Bellamy has to get a second job, and she goes off to the Baldwin's estate to nanny for the youngest children. Their oldest son, Tate Baldwin, was the star athlete of the town, and he became a recluse 2 years prior due to an autoimmune disease that attacked his face and disfigured his face. So he's unable to care for his younger siblings, and he doesn't really want to because at the moment he's selfish and self-pitying. So Bellamy comes in, and at once the kids start tricking her, and she ends up on the third floor where she's banned from, and she stumbles into the creepiest ghosts that I've ever read in a book. I don't really read horror books. I don't like horror movies. I don't like creep anything. And as I read this, I started creeping out. I had goosebumps all over my legs. I didn't really want to look over my shoulder, and I'm getting goosebumps now. But as I was reading this, I'm like, just really creepy ghosts. Really creepy. Bellamy starts to see these rose petals that nobody else can see. Only she can see them. And she starts to realize, like, am I really losing it? Am I becoming like my dad? Am I just becoming a nut job like him? So from then, Tate and Bellamy start having a few run-ins. And there starts to be this pulling away from the ghost aspect as Tate and Bellamy become closer in their relationship forms. I found that a little disappointing, I'm not going to lie, that the more the relationship between Bellamy and Tate formed, the more the aspects of Beauty and the Beast were taken out, the mystery and the ghost story. And then as we kind of start winding through the book, we start revisiting the Beauty and the Beast tie-ins, the mystery tie-in, the supernatural aspect tie-in with the ghosts, and then we start to wind down and things start to happen in rapid succession. It's like one thing after the other happens, and it lost some believability to me as everything was kind of like ding, 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 ding. So I need things to be believable. And when things begin to happen that I was questioning and or outright just going, that wouldn't happen. That wouldn't happen. It kind of lost its star rankings for me. But when we finish up the book, it's got a nice epilogue in there that wrapped it up nicely than what the book I think actually ended on. It was a good book. It was a fun book. It was a quick one. I think if I was younger, if I was 13, 14 years old, I would have an easier time reading it because I wouldn't be looking at it like, oh, that's not going to happen. Oh, that's not going to really actually happen. I think I wouldn't be also picking out how I felt like we had the beginning of the book with the ghosts and the ending with the ghosts, but the middle kind of lost that aspect when Tate and Bellamy started growing in their relationship together. And again, I don't think that there were, if you're going to call this a retelling, I would have more Beauty and the Beast twined into it. There were a few trickles here and there, but overall, I would just call this a loosely based on the Beauty and the Beast ghost story. And it was a really unique ghost story. which is why I gave it 3.5 savvy crowns. So there you have it. There's my take on the book. I hope you pick it up. I hope you enjoy it. It's Valentine's Day, so go out and buy yourself a book. You deserve it. Happy reading.